Hello there, my name is Chris. I'm going to show you something encoded into the design of the English language, which reveals me as the Antichrist. Like, the Canadians actually did this. They actually came up with a morality fucking ritual where they tried to basically sacrifice me and make me the worst person in the universe. You know, because if you know people are evil, if you know they're evil, and then you forgive them anyway, and give them another opportunity, and like them, and try to be their friend, you're actually being more bad than them, and you become worse than them. So that's basically what Canada tried to do to me, was to fucking do a satanic ritual against me and try to crucify me and sacrifice me to die for their sins and shit like that, and replace Jesus Christ as the worst, because Jesus Christ and his apostles, they came up with the 666 riddle, which was to demonize and sacrifice a person of the future. No, so there would, and the whole world has been basically fucking demonizing the number 666 for 2,000 years. And that's basically what they did to me. And basically God was giving me fucking ideas. Like, he communicates with ideas. He doesn't talk in your head with English or anything like that, but he communicates with ideas. So he'd just give you hints and clues to show you things so you could figure out what's going on. And I'm going to show you how several ways my name is encoded as 666, and how the Canadians were trying to sacrifice me and crucify me to make me worse than Jesus and make me the worst person on the earth. Like, it's actually a fucking disgusting English ritual. But anyway, here we go. Okay, you probably never noticed this your entire life, and I didn't notice it until God suggested I look at it. But every letter, if you put in, like, if you imagine a mirror under the alphabet, every letter has a broken or distorted opposite, like with a little piece missing. Like, A would be V, B would be P, D would be U, E would be F, G would be C, H would be distorted into an N, I would have the missing piece for a J, and then W, Q would be O, R would be K, S would be Z, T would be L, and X would be Y. Like, that's actually part of the design of the language, and I'm going to show you this. If you take the name Jesus and you get the opposite letters, like the Antichrist or the opposite Christ, so if you take Jesus and you get the opposite, it's IFZDZ, and you convert those to numbers, and then the difference between 9 and 6 is 3, the difference between 26 and 4 is 22, and then you just have a 26 left over, which is a Z. Now, if you handwrite a Z, you'll notice there's 3 points on it, and they point to 287, 287. So altogether, you get 322, 287. All right? And remember, the old style 7 with the notch on it is a partial inverted triangle. So you put the 7 there with 28 and 32, and then you get 76 degrees, and the side becomes approximately 666. So you get 322, 728, 76, which works out to CBB, 728, 666, which is my initials, Chris BB, born July 28th, 1976, 666. So that's one way that I come up to Jesus Christ. Now, if you want to figure out what the mark of the beast is, like CBB 666 is a partial inverted triangle, all right? And so all we need is a circle and a right side up triangle. So, and I was the third born in this ritual, in this family. Like, I don't even look like my family. If you look at the childhood photos of us 4 kids, all 3 of them look similar. Except for me, I'm like the oddball of the family, so I was probably put into this family, and with a fake birthday and a fake name. All right, so you start at the number 3 position, and you write the alphabet in a circle, and you draw a triangle, and it points to the letters Chris BB, which is CBB or 322. So you combine that, the circle, and then the 7 thing up there, you combine it, and you get the seal of the Solomon, which is the real mark of the beast, and it's Chris BB 728 76 666. All right, and remember, the seal of Solomon gives dominion over evil. So basically, what humanity has been doing for 2,000 years is perpetuating the lie that 666 is pure evil. All right, so they've been demonizing and slandering a child before it was even born for 2,000 years. So the whole species basically became bad and did more bad than me. So I have dominion over the entire human race with the Seal of Solomon as my identity. All right, and here's another way that shows how they were going to sacrifice me. The Greek Christogram of Jesus Christ is ICXC, which looks like Roman numerals. You know, where the smaller number preceding the large number, you subtract it. So ICXC would be 9990, like this. And like Jesus had a cross, right? So you get ICXC and 9990. And the hint about this is in Revelations 13:18, you multiply 13 by 18, and that's 234. So if you want to put someone on the cross, 234 would be one of their hands, and then the opposite hand would be 432, like this. All right, so you get ICX 234, 99, 432, 90. Going inwards each way. So if you want to figure out what the arms are, you would be 234 plus 99 is 333, and 432 minus 90 is 342. So that gives you the hands and the arms, and it's effectively like putting somebody on the cross, right? And so you can figure out, well, what are these? What creates these numbers, right? So we already know that 234 is 13 by 18. So 333 would be 5 times 666. 432 would be 3 times 8 times 18. And 342 would be 9 times 19 by 2, which is MRE66 CHRISB, which is MRE 666 Chris B, or Mr. E 666 Chris B. So you get Mr. E 666 Chris B on the cross. All right. So that's basically like part of the fucking symbolic ritual that they were fucking doing. Now I'll show you something else. You can change this by, like, if you were to crucify a person, all right, these are their hands and these are the arms. All right, so if you were crucifying them, you'd put a nail in the wrist, like a hole in the wrist. All right, so that would give you 2340 and 3420, because you can't have 0432 and you can't have 0333. So you get 2340 and 3420, which comes out to this, but you get 333 equals CCC instead of E66. You get CCC, which is C's, which is SES, and then the top becomes Mr. J, and the bottom becomes CHRIS. So you get Mr. J Ses Christ, like Jesus, Mr. J Ses Christ, G C's Christ, Mr. J Says Christ. This is true story, man. Like, this is actually what the Canadians have been doing as like a mathematical artistic mutilation ritual to sacrifice people and try to make them worse, try to make them the worst people in the universe. And what they basically did was they fucked themselves over, and Canada is at the dead bottom of the universe. Jesus Christ is actually the worst person in the entire universe. He's less than everybody. Yeah, and the Canadians are just slightly above him for continuing his ritual abuse shit and his sacrificial shit. But that's basically what it is. It's like, it's a bunch of artistic mathematical patterns to basically crucify me and try to make me Jesus Christ, try to make me die for their sins and stuff like that. You know, to sacrifice me for their sins and so they could try to go to heaven. Like, Canada actually believes that you can molest and terrorize children, and that doing so will help you get to heaven. Like, that's actually the Canadian mentality. That's actually what they believe. They believe that if they molest God's children, that God will love them and take them to heaven. Like, that's actually what Canada believes. How fucking retarded they are. That's why over 20% of Canada's best and brightest score like 70 on an IQ test. like 20% of the best and brightest, and the best and brightest are like 15% of society. So you're looking at 80% of Canadians are less than 70 IQ. Yeah. But anyway, that's the ritual shit. And the actual solutions to the 666 riddle and the actual mark of the beast is the seal of Solomon and stuff like that. And it's all encoded into the design of the language. So this whole species, as you go about your lives every day, you're actually being offensive because this entire language is insulting. This language is offensive because it's all about ritual abuse against children because of Canada. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you, and yeah, so there we go.